Hi everyone, welcome to Craft. In this video, we're gonna tidy up this mess. We're gonna put some order in the chaos. We're gonna sweep up, and meanwhile, I will try to answer some of your questions. I got myself a phone holder, which is like neck mounted, so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I have a list of questions you guys sent me. So I decided I'm gonna make a video about it and I will try to answer it for you. I have no idea how this is gonna go, to be honest with you. Should we do it like this? Or should I do it like this? This is... Anyway, we'll figure it out. I need to move this box out of the way. Oh boy. This is a heavy boy. Okay, so you go outside for now. Okay. I had some heavy rains in a couple of days, the past couple of days. So, holy shit, I don't even know where to start. First question is, what is the best finish for something that is out on the hot sun usually? The best finish for some epoxy art, which is out of the sun, out on the sun. Well, it depends if it's like pure resin or I think it's gonna be like that. It depends if it's pure resin or woodworking resin, but I would always recommend to use automotive finish or resin finish. Resin finish, fucking marine finish. You know what? How about this? You'll see a little bit of the foam holder on the bottom. Take that. At least now you can see shit. Okay, cool. This is better. So yeah, about what kind of finish you should put on your resin work? I would definitely go for some hard clear coat. Definitely not oil, because it has to be weatherproof and everything proof, and it has to be heat proof. Now, if you put automotive two-part lacquer finish on your things, then you're gonna have a hard shell you can work with. And if you use marine clear coat, which is also a two-component clear coat, that will also give you a good solid finish. Also give you a good solid finish for that. It's really hard to figure out what kind of finishes you should use for different scenarios and different weathers. For example, I have a tabletop I put out in my shop window in June, and it literally cracked up due to the heat, and my shop window was extremely hot in the summer. Like, we're talking about 60-70 degrees Celsius, and it got so hot the resin literally fucking burned. Like, the epoxy got... So I had several layers of epoxy, right? And the bottom layer under the clear coat turned brown, but charred per se. And the clear coat over it just fucking split. I'm gonna have a video on that, because that is gonna be a winter repair project I'm gonna be working on. Put these screws over here. This is my trusty little socket set. Goes into the drawer of many things. Oh, come on, man. Okay. The green pigment. Construction pigment, very good, very nice. I have a video about this. I think I want to put this in a different airtight container later on, and we'll probably put some silica gel in it. 2-part filler. I'm probably not gonna use this much in my crafting. Well, I'm lying. There's this rotor of a boat which I need to rebuild. Use a bunch of 2-part filler for that. Is this still working, or is it gone? No. She's still trying. Okay, keep that there. I need to get a new mixer. I managed to break mine. It's been a good year. Right. Silica gel. Where do I want to keep you? Sanding gear. I'm not really using this per se. I'm gonna use molds. I'm gonna put it here for now. Brush cleaner. Where should I put the brush cleaner? I'm gonna put the brush cleaner here. That's an empty bottle of resin. Empty. Fucking forgot the word. Yeah, this place is a mess. I really need to work on cleaning my shit better. Keeping it like use the bin, for heaven's sake. That's what I should do. I have a bunch of rusty old screws and bolts. These are not rusty. Good. I don't remember why I bought them, but the fuck should I do with these? We need more containers to keep shit in it. For example, this container has this little piece of paper on it. I don't need that. Okay, rusty bolts and screws. Don't care. Not today. Where should I put these? Well, they go into the temporary situation here. Oh boy. Bunch of shit. Okay, this silicone is gone. Chuck the hardener. That's painting gear. Painting gear is... Yeah, painting gear doesn't even belong in this room. I'm not even painting here. Arts and crafts supplies should go on the arts and crafts shelf, but arts and crafts shelf is just covered in dust and shit, and I really don't want to deal with it right now. That's a business card holder I made one day. Chuck it. Was trash. Sander. Super glue onto the shelf. Oh yeah, let's have a question, shall we? How to put pictures in Epoxy? Well, let me take a sip of water. Only 2 weeks old, still good. Okay, so how to put pictures in Epoxy? Technically, I know the answer, but practically, I never tried it before. So technically, what you do is you laminate your picture before before you put it in epoxy. So you need to make sure that, let's say for example, this is the picture, right? So this is the picture. You need to make sure that it is completely sealed from the outside. Now the easiest way to do it is buy these cheap laminator machines like this big, right? You put the picture in a plastic sleeve, and the laminator, you put it in a laminator, and the laminator heat shrinks the plastic sleeving onto the picture, and it completely airtightly seals it. Why do you need to do that? Well, it's very simple. Pictures are printed with ink, and ink is a volatile compound. What I mean by volatile compound is inks are not stable colors. They are many chemicals mixed together, so they give you a color or a hue, and those colors will transfer to paper with the same vividity and clearness as you want them. And if you introduce heat to the procedure, and if you introduce different chemicals to those inks, you will have a problem, because those inks will fall apart to their building blocks. That is why when you put ink in epoxy, it dissolves. It turns into something else. Like if you put red ink into epoxy, it turns into a greeny, mushy thing. And that is why you have to laminate your pictures. You need to make sure that the pictures are separated from the process of the resin curing. And yeah, it's that simple, really. Why am I keeping empty alcohol bottles? Oh my god. Right. Okay, let's see what we have here. So much junk. Oh my god, look at that. Like, would you believe that I'm this messy? I wasn't this messy before. Honestly. Swear to God. I used to be a well-organized gentleman. Then life happened. What's this? Shit. I got a bunch of black stones. Decor stones. So these stones go in here. I got these big ass pebbles. I don't know if they're painted black or they're actually black. Let's have a look. I think they're painted black. Anyway. I don't even know what to do with these. Anyhow. But yeah, you always laminate pictures before you put them in resin. Also, it stops it from curling up. Look, screwdriver bit. I don't have my gear here. So, yeah. Never done it before though, because I wasn't brave enough to get that going. Random brush. Random brush. Where did I put the random brush? Now, I put it in my pencil case, obviously. Oh, I forgot about you guys. Well, that's awkward. I put these in brush cleaner many months ago. Well, go back in there. It's not gonna hurt if you stay there for another month. I have a bunch of new spray tops, so it doesn't really matter, does it? This is my steampunk gear. I have a bunch of clock pieces. Oh, sorry, little bits and bobs. I am going to put these in a smaller container, which I don't have with me. Oh, fun. I have so much shit. I need to make space. I should buy these organizers at this point, I think. Right? Oh, look, I found my dies. Shit. Okay. Cheap Carvax. It doesn't even work. Put it here for now. Well, I moved it from that container to this container. Anyway, they're going. Oh, sorry about the noise. They're gonna go inside my office. I wanna make some steampunk stuff. Blink, blink. Okay, so I will put this here. This comes in with me. Sticky pads. Oh, hi. What's going on here? Instruction, polishing machine. Oh, look, my safety glasses. Oh, fancy. Anyway, I felt I didn't have enough steel wool, so we're gonna put that back there. Sponge. I don't need a pack of sponges here. I don't need a pack of sponges here. They come inside. Okay, let's see what's the next question. Why does my wood have most often to avoid that? Okay, so next thing we're gonna talk about is encasing wood in resin. Well, it's very simple. I've got a piece of wood like this, okay? And this piece of wood has pores, holes, and gaps, and cracks, and gashes in it. And when you want to put this guy in resin, let's say you have a tray of resin here, you put it in there, you pour the resin over it, and the air wants to come out from the little gaps and cracks, but it has to go through the resin, and that's what we call off-gassing, and that's where the bubbles release. And if you have a porous wood like this, it is soft. I'm breaking my hand, but anyway, this is soft, and you want to seal this. That's how you solve the problem. So also, it's like when you laminate the picture, you need to laminate your piece of wood. Okay. Now you get a little brush, you mix up some resin, and you brush it out, brush it over, and you make sure you go to every nook and cranny, and then you put it down and let it cure. And you can do this 2-3 times if you want to, because the more intricate the surface is, the more possibility you have to miss some bits and bobs, or miss some little areas. So better to do it 2-3 times, and roughen up the surface with some sandpaper every time between. Okay, and once you've done it like 2-3 times, then you can place it in your tray, and you can flood the whole thing with resin. Okay, and that's how you can avoid bubbles coming out from your woodworking project. Um, it's actually quite a common issue people have in the beginning when they start out their resin journey, and yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know that this is so common of an issue. What do we have here? I have a bunch of foam rollers. This is also what you can use if you want to prime some surface with epoxy. These are cheap single-use foam rollers. I have some 4 or 5 inch nails. Where do I put these? Fuck! Just so much junk. I'm gonna put it in the screw bit bob holder thing. Ah, I have a bunch of assorted stuff. And it's annoying. Look at this. Coffee, screws, thing. Oh my God. How is your workshop? Can you like so much shit, so much random shit, and if I put it in a drawer, I forget about it. That's the worst thing. Like I have to have everything in eyesight. Eye candy. I love their fucking mic. The problem is they're fucking expensive. This was like €100. The 30 sample pack. I wish they would be cheaper. Because mica shouldn't be so expensive, to be honest. But anyway, I digress. Alright, let's see. What's the next? The next one is. Oh my God. I always get this question, and I think it's high time that we answer it. Where is the best place to get cheap molds? Well, it depends. It depends if you're looking for arts and crafts molds, these little, like these doohickeys. Okay, let me just, you know what? Let's go. So if you want some tiny little molds like this, these artsy creations, the best place to go is Amazon or Temu or one of these shit shops where you can buy a bunch of these shit from China for technically basically no money. Okay, if you want to do bigger stuff, go to your dollar store or convenience store or grocery store and buy cake molds. This is a banana bread mold or fucking I don't know cake mold, and you can use this to make whatever blocks of resin. Technically, you can go to your garden center. Can I show it? Yeah. So this is a planting tray. Okay, and this is made by a British company called Garland. GarlandProducts.com. Made in England. Extra foam. Anyway, this is an HDPE tray for gardening. And I already broke it here, but I sellotaped it back together, so it's fine. I think I need to put more sellotape. I need to put a new layer of sellotape here. But yeah, so you can use these molds to do epoxy crafts with it. You know what? Let's just fix this while we are here. So yeah, you can go to a garden center and try buying. It's called standard garden tray, but you can buy any kind of plastic tray. You need to make sure that the material thickness is thick enough. So one thing you need to keep in mind when you're doing an epoxy pour this size, your epoxy will heat up, and the heat will deform the plastic mold. And what I mean by that is the surface area of the bottom will get bigger than the side of the tray. What will it do? It will cause this to cave in or cave out because this will start to take up bigger space than the edge. Okay? It's like, yeah, it expands in size. So what you need to make sure that it's like strengthened or thick enough so it doesn't bow too much. This bows. So if I do like a 2 3 centimeter pour in it in one go, it heats up so much that this thing bows, and I have a bunch of wasted resin I need to get rid of. Um, but it is what it is. Like if you do, sorry. Mm, but if you do thin pours, it's fine. You shouldn't have a problem. There you go. This will do. I have so many pours in this tray. I like it. And I paid like $20 for it, I think, back in the day. Now, if you want to buy this size of a mold from one of the fucking craft shops, you're gonna pay like $100. Again, this is a huge mold, and I actually calculated how much resin it takes. There's the volume, there's the size, and I think I only done like one pour in this because it's just massive, and it takes up 13 liters. So if I don't put anything in it, this shit takes up like 13 liters of epoxy up to 5 centimeter. I think this was a 5 before. But yeah, this is a huge tray, and I'm thinking on, like putting wood like this in it, so I can make smaller cutting boards. 1, 2, so I can do like 3 smaller cutting boards. Yeah, that could be a good idea. So this could be good for bulk production. You know what? I have white oak boards, which I can just split, put it in here, pour resin underneath. Okay, I had an idea. Okay, let's put this bad guy here for a moment. So yeah, honestly, you can find molds in the wild. One thing you need to make sure they are heat resistant, so they have like thick enough. But honestly, guys, resin hardens in the mixing pot as well, so you can pop it out. So everything can be a mold. You just need to make sure that they're heat resistant enough and they're thick enough so they don't deform. All right. New to epoxy. How important is what the fuck? How important is temperature when mixing? Well, I can answer that for you. How important heat temperature? Okay, so you need to keep it just keep it short. You need to keep your resin anywhere between 18 to 30 Celsius degrees. Because that is the time when the part A and the part B mix as well. If you have too hot temperature, anything about 30, it will start to off gas while you're mixing. It will start create micro bubbles in it. It becomes a fucking fizzy drink. You know what I mean? Then the temperature is under 18 degrees Celsius. They're so thick they don't want to combine. So you mix them, and this is part B and this is part A, and they just go next to each other, and they don't want to mix. So you want to warm it up to somewhere like room temperature. Okay. And that's why some people put it in like hot water trays, so that these are my offcuts. These are my custom. I don't want to throw these out. I have something in mind for them. So yeah, you wanna keep your resin as room temperature as possible, if that makes sense. I was thinking of making a wall hanger thing, so I bought a bunch of these drunk octopuses who wants to fight. Can you see it? Can you see the drunk octopus who wants to fight? I'm making a coat hanger one day, so I bought this hardware for it. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, I ran out of questions, and Benny is exploring painting gear. Benny, he is my cutest little shop assistant. Where's Delay? He wants to play with Benny. Anyway, yeah, the kids are ready. Okay, I think it's time to broom up and carry on cleaning the shop. But I'm gonna end the video here because, frankly, I ran out of questions and I'm boring otherwise. So I'm just gonna stop the video right here for now. Guys, if you have any questions, shoot it down in the comment section, okay? And also, if you like my stuff and if you like this channel, you can support me on buymeacoffee.com with $5 or more single donations. You can become a monthly supporter, you can become a channel member, or you can just share this video. That would be nice. Yeah, if you haven't subscribed, can you please subscribe? That would help a lot. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.